Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing regarding underlying tax credit. Now, underlying tax credit, what exactly it is and when it is available. Underlying tax credit is a very unique kind of tax credit, foreign tax credit, which is available in respect to dividend paid by a foreign company. Now, a foreign company doing business in a foreign jurisdiction, let's assume Singapore. A Singapore company doing business in Singapore earn certain income in Singapore. Now, this company will have to pay certain taxes as corporate taxes in Singapore. These taxes are paid by the company, and from from profit before tax, taxes will be paid, and company will arrive at profit after tax. From this profit after tax, company can declare certain dividends. Once this dividend is declared, that becomes income of shareholder. So you can see there are two assessees. There are two persons. One is the foreign company which has earned certain business income, and other is the shareholder which has earned dividend. Taxes paid in Singapore is by the foreign company. Now, Indian resident is getting dividend income, but underlying tax credit is a concept in which the taxes paid by the other person is available to the shareholder. In general foreign tax credit concepts, it is tax paid by the person himself and not by the other person. Thus, it is a kind of tax credit which tries to eliminate economical double taxation. Post discussion about DTAA will take a case study in which you will understand why it is economical double taxation and how underlying tax credit is eliminating such double taxation. Just to inform, DTAA generally caters regarding juridical double taxation only. There are two concepts. One is regarding transfer pricing, that is under Article 9(2), which provides to eliminate economical double taxation, and other concept is underlying tax credit. This type of tax credit is not under income tax, not provided under Income Tax Act. However, since DTAA is beneficial, you can claim such underlying tax credit. As I told you, this concept is not available in all the DTAAs. You can see this concept in 5 or 6 treaties only. And further, out of those 5 or 6 treaties, from Indian perspective, Indian companies perspective, Indian shareholders perspective, it is available only in Singapore and Mauritius. I've brought the extract of Article 25, which is elimination of double taxation in case of India Singapore for your ready reference. The terms which are highlighted in bold, you can read that, which provides if a dividend is earned from Singapore company by an Indian shareholder. Now there is a restriction, there is a criteria to be fulfilled that Indian shareholder is owning more than 25%, either directly or indirectly. Not less than 25% means 25% or more. In that case only, such corporate taxes will be allowed as foreign tax credit to Indian shareholder. Now, the case study which I was talking about, just before the case study, I would like to tell you that I've also started a course, International Taxation Basic course. If you are interested in that, we'll be discussing regarding overview of international taxation, provisions of income tax in respect to international taxation, and DTAA analysis. That will be a 5-session course. You can contact me on my Facebook page or my LinkedIn profile. Links to the same will be given in the description section of this video. So now proceeding with the case study. I Limited earned certain business income through PE, through permanent establishment in Singapore. Now, what does this mean? I Limited Indian company is doing certain business in Singapore with having a permanent establishment. So if any business income is earned in Singapore, let's assume 100 crores is earned, taxes will be paid by I Limited. Let's assume 20% tax rate applicable. Taxes paid in Singapore is 20 crores. These taxes in this particular case study is paid by I Limited itself, and in India as well by I Limited. 30, let's assume 30% tax rate in India. So 30 crores tax liability in India. This you can see is a juridical double taxation, wherein both the jurisdiction are taxing the same person. However, normal foreign tax credit will be available, lower of these two in India. 20 crores will be available as foreign tax credit. Ultimately, on 100 crores income, 20 crores will be tax paid in Singapore and 10 crores tax paid in India. In this manner, the normal transaction works. But what if I Limited created a 100% owned subsidiary S Limited in Singapore instead of doing business through permanent establishment? I'm taking the same particulars, but difference is business income here is of S Limited, 100 crores business income. Taxes paid in Singapore will be by S Limited, which will be corporate tax. Let's assume same 20% tax rate applicable for the companies as well. So taxes paid in Singapore this time will be by S Limited, which will be 20 crores. Till now, there is no income of I Limited. Next thing is, which I have assumed, S Limited is distributing all of its profit after tax as dividend. Now 80 crores distributed will become income of I Limited, which will be in the nature of dividend income and not business income. I'm assuming 15% tax rate applicable on dividend income in India. So here you have seen that in Singapore, taxes are paid by S Limited and not by I Limited. So ideally, I Limited will not get any tax credit because I Limited has not paid any tax whatsoever, any tax in Singapore. So what you can see is what ultimately I Limited got. 20 crores taxes from 100 crores income, 20 crores paid in Singapore, then certain tax paid in India as well. So you can see there is no elimination of double taxation is not happening here. That is the concept of underlying tax credit, which also eliminates such kind of economical double taxation. Now you'll ask me, both are having separate incomes. So how you are saying ki same income is getting taxed in the hands of two persons? You can see in this example, it was 100 crore business income only, taxable in the hands of I Limited only. That is why it was juridical double taxation. If we change the circumstances, income is source of income is still the same, that business income in Singapore, but income is getting taxed in the hands of two persons. That is why economical double taxation, which is getting eliminated by way of underlying tax credit. Now, how it is getting eliminated, we'll come to that. So, as we have discussed, income from Singapore of I Limited was 100 crores. Normal scenario refers to जहाँ पे I Limited ने permanent establishment के through business किया. Simply 100 crores is total income. Let's assume 150 crores is income earned in India by I Limited. Tax rate in India is 30%. Tax rate in Singapore, which we took, was 20%. कितना टैक्स पे हुआ था सिंगापुर में? 20 crores. यहाँ पे डबली टैक्स इनकम कितनी है? 100 crores. सिंगापुर भी टैक्स करेगा, इंडिया भी टैक्स करेगा. Tax in India on doubly taxed income will be 30 crores. So foreign tax credit will be available of lower of these two. Foreign tax credit will be available of 20 crores. Total tax liability on 250 crores, 100 plus 150, 250 crores will be 75 crores. So from the 75 crores, foreign tax credit of 20 crores, net tax liability is 55 crores. Now in the second concept, although we discussed that dividend income is the income of I Limited, which is 80 rupees, 80 crores. But since I Limited is also eligible for 20 crores, so what we have to do, we have to take profit before tax of S Limited as the income of I Limited. Grossing up of dividend income is to be done under the concept of underlying tax credit. So instead of 80 crores, 100 crores will be considered as income of I Limited. Other facts remaining the same, let's assume tax rate in India is also 30%. So you'll see by way of underlying tax credit, total tax liability of I Limited is becoming 75 crores only, and I Limited will be getting net of tax to 175 crores. This was the concept of underlying tax credit. So in summarized way, it eliminates economical double taxation. It provides credit of corporate taxes paid by the company. It provides relief in respect to dividend income. It is available in very restricted treaties. From Indian perspective, it is there in Singapore and Mauritius. Although from other countries' perspective, it is also there in US, UK, and few other countries. Thank you very much. You can follow my Facebook page, which is in the name of Jatin's Tax Arena, or my LinkedIn profile, which is in the name of CA Jatin Glover. Link to the both is given in description section. Thank you. Thank you for your